Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there unto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show, Lord willing. Brothers, Lord willing, brothers and few sisters be edified. We're entering a different level in this faith of ours. Obviously, nothing stays the same, nothing stays stagnant. And depending on the level that the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with an individual, or you just follow what the Spirit is saying via the camps, from the camp heads, from the apostles, obviously, from the camp heads, and so forth, because brothers move not according to their will, but according to the Lord's will. Matter of fact, let me start with that one real quick. Proverbs 24:16. Slovakia. No, 18. No, I'm sorry. Proverbs 24 and well, I could do the one. I can't. I thought it was 18, but I was wrong. I'll just get the one in 21. Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of the water, he turneth it whatsoever he will." So the king's heart, which we know the Hebrew word for heart is lab. Let me see if I can find the commentary. Oh, I'm sorry. It was 2024. Proverbs 20 and 24. What am I doing? Select. 2024. It was in 2018. It's 2024. It says, "Man's goings of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way?" So the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and the man's goings of the Most High. All right. So we don't operate on self. We operate through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay. Now this one leads me to this. Proverbs 27. I believe it was 12. Yeah. "Prudent man foreseeth the evil, and hideth himself." All right. Let's look up the word prudent. Prudent. Arawam. Shrewd. Subtle. Shrewd. Crafty. Sly. Sensible. Crafty. Shrewd. Sensible. Prudent. So I'm going to go to my favorite word. Shrewd. Let's go into that real quick. I'm sorry. I copied. Shrewd. It says having or showing sharp powers of judgment. Astute. All right. So showing or having strong, sharp. Keyword is sharp powers of judgment. So a shrewd mentality to assume, to know exactly what's going on and jump on it. Not to waver, not to, like the scripture says in James, I was going to get it, but when you pray to the Lord, you got to be confident. You got to be precise. You got to know that whatever you ask for of the Lord, you have to believe that it's going to be. Just like Proverbs, I'm going to stick to Proverbs real quick, 3 and 4. It says, 3 and 5. "Trust ye in the Lord with all thine heart." And we know the Hebrew word, once again, for heart is lab. So to trust, in order to be a prudent or wise man, your mind must be upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright? It says, and lean not into thy own understanding. So don't lean into your own heart, which, once again, heart, mind. It tells you in Jeremiah 17 and 9 that the heart is deceitful above all things. Who can tell? So we're not leaning on our own thoughts. We're leaning on the vibration and the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Real quick. Revelations 12. No, actually it's 14. It's 1 and 12, but 14, I wanted to get that one. 14 and 4. Revelations 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with women. Talking about who's these they. When you read up, it's talking about the 144,000 men, the government body of Yahweh Shai. It's kingdom. Alright? The 144,000 is the hierarchy of the nation of Israel. Under Yahweh Shai, under King David, it's 12,000 each tribe men that sits on a prominent seat in the Lord's kingdom. Alright? And there will not be mixed their philosophy with this, which is this truth, with anything in this earth. They're gonna remain chastened. Okay, because it's not talking about actual virgin, not having intercourse or anything like that. It's talking about different philosophies, not involving in different things. Because women are considered, in the scriptures, sometimes women are considered different philosophies. It's not just a regular woman. All right, Proverbs 6 chapter tells you that. And it says, for they are virgins, these are they which follow the Lamb whatsoever he goeth. So whatsoever the Lamb says, the Spirit of the Lord, the Holy Ashawan Kadash, will guide men to maneuver themselves in a manner that is befitting them, because their guidance is in Yahweh Shai. All right, and whatsoever he goes with, these were they that these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruit unto the Most High, unto the Lamb. So these are the dedicated men that Yahweh told Elijah that he had 7,000 men that did not bow the knee to Baal. Right? That's the men that the Lord had put aside for himself. Special unit. Sorry. Alright? So they'll be prudent. Their mind is focusing on the Lord and his sayings and his doings. Now, the reason why I brought these scriptures out, this is an article that a brother from Holland had put up. I posted it. Not posted it, I just sent it in the chat. And that article is the Canadian Prime Minister. Right? I should have had the thing up, but just one of the things are hard by sometimes. The Bible. This is something new today, so I believe it's this. An act to amend criminal code conspiracy theory. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. You know what? I'm just gonna go. I already had it, so let's go recent. All right, this is the one. Trudeau, which is the prime minister, praying in public, reading aloud from the Bible is hate speech to be severely punished. This is the extent that we are in. This is the level that we are in. Now, those of us that's been doing what we're supposed to been doing for the Lord, this won't really, I mean, it's gonna affect us, obviously. And this is from Canada, which everything around America is changing. The last two things that America has before all hell truly breaks loose is the right to bear arms and freedom of speech. Now, within the freedom of speech category would come reading out the scriptures, period. So this our job description has a time limit. All right, our job description has a time limit, and it was good while it lasted, I must say, because we came more acquainted of going out there and preaching this gospel. But all things must come to an end. Ezekiel 3 and I believe it's 25. It says, "But thou, son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and shall band thee with and bend thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to thy roof of thy mouth, and thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house." Now, this is what the Lord told Ezekiel. Now, before second chapter, third chapter, the Lord told Ezekiel to eat the whole roll. Go and preach unto these scorpions. All right, these people, this rebellious house. Don't be like the rebellious house. Take the orders and repeat and do it. Eat this whole thing and tell them what it is. All right. And the Lord constantly says to Ezekiel, he made him a watchman. And anybody, when it's Ezekiel the 33rd chapter, I'm just going to quote a couple of scriptures. I don't want to make this too long. He told them, like, look, it's your job to go out there and tell them, warn them from me, which when you look up the Hebrew word for warning is Zahar, which means be a light unto them. And the Lord told his disciples, all right, when you read Matthew the 5th chapter, that you are the light of the world. All right, you can't put a light under a bushel, or a city that is lit. You cannot be hid. So the Lord was basically referring that this knowledge that was going to be bestowed upon us was going to be a light to the house of Israel, because that's what the Lord set up his prophets, his ambassadors to go out there to do. The gospel was not made for the entire world. The gospel was made for the nation of Israel, but mainly the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, we got to put we got to justify it perfectly. So, but the same chapter, the third verse, the same third chapter the Lord tells Ezekiel that he's gonna cleave his tongue to his mouth, meaning, and dumb actually means not be able to speak. So the period of not speaking out there is coming close. All right, it's coming close. It's coming down to the wire. Okay, and once that happens, that means safety for brothers and open season for everybody else. The only reason why true heavy judgment has not been in display is because the Lord has his prophets still out there. And we always just say the doors of mercy We always repeat it. The doors of mercies are closing, but now we starting to see that the doors of mercies is coming to an end. Now, whatever happens outside of America, because remember, this gospel had to be spread to the four corners of the earth, and then the end will come. So now, if the rest of the world, the rest of the four corners of the earth, are starting to reject the word and is no longer be able to be broadcast, the focal point, the place of the focus of the Lord's wrath is anger. Once that is over, then emit destruction. Isaiah 24 to the point, I believe it's 13. No. Isaiah 24 and I'll start at 10. The city of confusion is broken down. So what is the city of confusion? Babylon. Babal, meaning confusion. La, land. So land of confusion, which Babylon today is America. All right? Flat out. This is the land of confusion. Man could be a woman. Woman could be a man. Women are over men. Children is over the men. It's nothing but confusion. All right? But eventually, this land of confusion is going to be broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. So this is a clear-cut indication that it's going to get so crazy out here. 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, 16th chapter, tells you, all right, that a man should desire to go into a city and won't be able to, because everything's going to be shut down. Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, tells you that there's going to be a time when the grinding cease. Isaiah, the 19th chapter, tells you, the 19:14, that the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and that caused Egypt to err in every way. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. So there's going to become a time where, just like 2020, everything's shut down, but nobody's going to be able to speak. And those who had took this for granted, who was not prudent, who did not look for their goings, this was going to happen. There is a cry for wine in the streets. Now the wine is not speaking of actual wine. All right. People, it's going to be a stressful time, but they're not going to be concerned about liquor. The wine represents what? This truth. They're going to want answers. We was reflecting on the Rasta Skank video. What was it, 2008? And that one video, that one video went viral. Even went to World Star Hip Hop. One of the elder brothers, Malaki, said that's how you find out the truth. And a lot of us saw that at that time. I was offended. The fact, like, why is she still there? Why she don't leave? And we never seen anything like that in our life. But around that time, it was just the elders, the apostles, the elders, all right, and then a lot of heads of the camps that was outside, listening, all right, and the cry for wine was high, and brothers was being fed. Isaiah 55, all right, they was being fed through the Spirit. They were seeing things the way it's supposed to be. So now, fast forward it, we're not on 34th no longer. We are wherever the Lord wants us to be. And just like my story and a whole bunch of story, we have to go out there and look to find this truth. Well, through the Spirit of the Lord have mercy on myself and other brothers who went to find the camps when the camps was moving about, move different locations and so forth. But there's going to be a time where you won't be able to find anybody. All right. And that's a stand that, because why? A prudent man foreseeth the future and hideth himself. And the Lord is going to hide his gem, and his gem no longer is going to be out there. So all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. So the joy of receiving this word is going to be gone from these people. All right. No more opportunity. No more debating. There's not that much debaters out there. There's a lot. There's still scoffers and so forth. But there ain't that many scoffers that there once was. Because things are changing. All right. Things are changing. Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So time changes. All right. And it changes. Who determines that? The Most High. So now we're going to be on some desperate mode. Because not us. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing, because there's a lot of restriction, a lot of things that's holding. We can't speak the way we once spoke. We can't do the things that we once did. You know, things are changing dramatically. You got to speak in code when and not like it was 2008, 2009, It's not like you just could go out there and just curse somebody out, and things are changing dramatically. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is changing. The Yahweh Shai is making different moves. And our mindsets are becoming different. And that's part of the growth. All right? And we always used to bring this scripture out. I might end it off on this because I don't want to make this too long. We used to always bring this scripture out. And it's about to happen. All right? It's about to happen. Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I was sent for many fishers, saith the Lord. So the reference to that is Matthew's the 4th chapter, when the Lord told, was the 4th chapter or the 3rd? Yeah, 4th chapter, after the Lord came back. He told Peter and Andrew, John and James, different separate occasions, that he will make them fishers of men. And they dropped everything that they did to go out there with the Lord. And how do we fish the elect? By this word. So the whole time we was in fishing season. All right. Like I said, this is an oldie but goodie. But now we start to see this me more alive, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. The remaining elect has been fished. All right. Revelation 7:2 or 3. It says that told the angels not to destroy, but just bringing the destroying wind till they have sealed the servants of Yahweh in their foreheads. So now fishing season is pretty much, it's over. Well, that part of the world, but everybody else is going to follow suit. All right. You always need a model or something. And after will I send for many hunters. So the same men that was out there fishing, soon they're no longer going to be fishing. They're going to go in hunting mode. All right? Hunting mode. And it says, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, from every hill, and out of the holes of the rock. So the mountains, different governments, Canada, America, all right? You name it. I had to cough out, so that's why. And every hill, with these different churches, different philosophies, and every holes of the rocks. So the same men that's gonna that was once doing this, once they get to that level, their job description is going to change because the time is going to change. And that's why we entered. We have entered another level. All right? We have entered another level. And the Spirit has mercy on us because the Lord is constantly building us up to this perfect scenario to take place. All right? And that perfect scenario that is going to take place is what? When all hell breaks loose, we are going to be hid. Wow. It says, for my eyes are upon all their ways, talking about the nation of Israel. They're not hid from my face. So all your wickedness, from that Rasta Skank video to this, whatever brothers out there, and there's scoffers and so forth, the Lord is seeing 2/3. And he's not gonna hold all of their accounts against them. It says, neither is their iniquity hid from mine eyes. And it's the contrary to everything is that the Lord says in Acts that the Lord winked at our ignorance, those that he has sent forth. All right. That's why it says in Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, I believe, that the carnal mind is enmity, roughly paraphrasing, because it says in Romans, against the Lord. It says that the carnal mind can't discern the spiritual. All right, and you can't judge the spiritual man in your carnality, meaning the men that the Lord sent forth. All right, so the Lord is going to judge 2/3 of the nation of Israel. He's about to judge everyone. Jeremiah 30:14 tells you that we should not go unpunished. So every man, woman, and child that know the Israelites are being judged, and those that don't know is being judged. Nobody's leaving this side of the world unscathed, unmarked. All right. So I didn't want to make this too long. So things are changing. I have entered another phase, and once this thing takes place, hold ground, that bill goes through, then don't be surprised if it jumps down here, especially the year of the election, where there's going to be a lot of talk, winner or loser, of misinformation being put out there and all sorts of madness. This devil is making his move. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation Israel. Shalom.